my Aventador replica coming along. So I started to work on the rear diffuser that's over there on the bench table. And also put the header wrap on the pipe there, even though it's not headers, because I'm worried about the heat there against the diffuser. And then it's going to be sprayed with silver seal or paint to seal in the header wrap. That's all going to be a mesh steel grill there in the opening of the diffuser. Started to work on the door panels, inner door panels, and do so much modifications to make them the way I want them. I didn't want them real wide up here like the other car has, because then it's hard to get in and out of the car. So I've modified them. It looks terrible, but once it's done, it'll be all right. You ain't gonna see all that. It's all gonna be covered up with foam and leather. Once it's just coming along. It needs a lot more sanding, but then the diffuser here. So I got this. I had to cut it up in 3 pieces to modify it, the angle and everything I wanted. These fins. There's only supposed to be a skinny one like that in the center, but I modified it and wanted a wide one. So I built that. So I have to sand a little more and that should be done. The holes here are for the exhaust pipes that stick down out of there. I was gonna box it in and hide it, but you know what, you ain't gonna see this underneath the car. This is way up underneath the car. You know, let more air in there for the cool down the pipes and all that. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Most people have it all sealed, but that's how it should be. But the main part you're gonna see is these side pieces and then the opening right here. It's going to have mesh in there, and then the exhaust pipe is right in the center. So my little cheat sheet right here. Other diffuser. Hard to see with the glare. That's how it's going to look. It looks just like that, believe it or not, when I put it on the car. With a lot of work. The exhaust, I'm probably going to add 2 more tips, 1 on each side, because it's supposed to have 4. And then put a rectangular cover like around it, made out of steel, like thin sheet of steel. So we'll see. That's a long way down the road. I just want to get this diffuser done and then move back on and finish on the inner door panels. I really didn't want to do the inner door panels now when there's so much work needs done on the outside, but you don't want to do the inner door panels while the whole car's all painted and make some mistake or something and mess up the paint. So I don't know how far I'm out to get it painted, but it needs a lot more you know, fine sanding and all that by an expert, not me. What else am I going to do? Started to cut the, you know, the seams in everywhere. It's supposed to have those, and the thing about that, I hate cutting in there because it's almost going to cut the panel. I guess the real car, it's separate pieces, right? But this car, it actually was a separate piece, but this got filled in with Bondo. So I had to do it again. So I guess my sloppy Bondo, and I had to seal it again, and then I put a strip of you know, fiberglass on the back with mat and all that. This here was never 2 pieces, so you have to make it look like it's 2 pieces. Had to do that with the Dremel tool. With the other side, you really need to reinforce the other side because you never want that to crack there. The hood is probably the closest I'm going to get it. It took so much work and so much door glaze because I wanted this to be really strong so it doesn't break off the chips, right? So, about as good as I can get it. Well, I can't see much on this side of the car covered up. There's the other piece. This was actually 2 pieces before. I filled it in obviously with Bondo again, so now I'm taking the mark back, putting the seam back in there. You think it would have went over to that corner, but it doesn't. It's supposed to be right there. He's cleaned up, better cut and everything. It's just a rough cut for now. And that's about all. I'm trying to get back on. It took like 3 months off. So I'll post another one in a bit when I get the diffuser mounted back on the car.